What is going on, everyone? I hope you are all having a fantastic day. So on the day that I turned 18 years old, the very first investing account that I opened was with TD Ameritrade, and here we are years later, and I am still unbelievably impressed with all of the features that they offer and the many different ways that they have adapted to the rapidly changing financial environment of today. So since I have so much experience with this platform and I use it to hold my personal IRA, I thought today would be a great opportunity to walk through some of the features that TD Ameritrade has to offer, talk about the things that I like, talk about the things that I don't like, and where I think this platform can be improved, and most importantly, how it compares to the other brokerages that we've looked at, like Charles Schwab. So if you want a full breakdown of everything that TD Ameritrade has to offer and how this platform can single-handedly set you on the path to becoming a millionaire, then be sure to stick around to the end. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone who you think could enjoy this content as well, and let's jump right into it. So right off the bat, some of you might be wondering why I'm making this video in the first place, since in November of 2019, Charles Schwab actually announced that they would be purchasing TD Ameritrade for a measly $26 billion. And this would form one powerhouse brokerage called Schwabitrade. They're still working on the name. But here we are almost a full year later, and this deal has yet to be finalized, not to mention Charles Schwab's earnings in the past few quarters have proven that they have been hit hard by the current circumstances going on in the world. But that aside, even if this deal does end up going through, the platform that is TD Ameritrade is not just going to be thrown out the window. And if anything, the features that we are going to talk about today will be combined with what Charles Schwab has to offer to form one powerhouse brokerage. So I just wanted to clear that up if there was any confusion on that front. So TD Ameritrade was founded in 1975, and just like a lot of these other large traditional brokerages, they were really only available to people who had a lot of money to invest. And say what you will about platforms like Robinhood, but it wasn't until these young fintech companies started sucking in millennial investors that these larger brokerages started to change their habits. And TD Ameritrade, along with Charles Schwab, did decide that they will now transition to a $0 commission model, meaning you pay nothing when you buy or sell stocks, bonds, ETFs, and a lot of other securities that we're going to talk about later in the video. And they also no longer have any minimum balance requirements either, or anything like that. So that means that this amazing platform is completely free and accessible to anyone, whether you are just getting started with investing or you are a seasoned pro looking for advanced research tools. And that brings us to the first pro of this account that I really love, and that is the plethora of educational tools that they offer for a wide variety of different investors. I could go on for hours on everything that they have to offer, but to give you some perspective on what I'm talking about, they put about 8 hours of content out every single day on various topics, and also do 40 live events each year at their over 300 branch physical locations. Okay, but what does that mean for you? Because the average person is not looking to dive headfirst into financial reports of companies, and that is completely okay. But the good thing about this is you can use as much or as little of the educational tools as you want, because TD Ameritrade offers 4 different platforms which span from a very simple mobile app that gives you a quick snapshot of your finances, all the way up to their complex desktop thinkorswim platform that will make even the most seasoned pro investors head spin. So for starters, they have 2 different mobile apps, the first one which is designed to just give you a quick snapshot of things, and the other which is their mobile trader platform, which is definitely much more complex. TD Ameritrade understands that this is not their forte, and if you're definitely looking for a way to trade from your phone, then I would just stick with a simple mobile platform like Robinhood or SoFi. However, it's their web-based platform as well as that complex thinkorswim tool that gives you a lot of educational tools for both beginner and advanced investors. Now, in the many years that I have been a customer with TD Ameritrade, I have used their thinkorswim platform when I dabbled in some day trading for a little while and threw away a bunch of money. Sore subject. But for 99% of my investments, including my own Roth IRA, I just use their regular web platform, which is the perfect balance of research and data without being overly confusing and complex in my opinion. You're able to easily buy and sell all of the different securities that they offer right from your laptop without drowning in candlestick charts and a bunch of information that is just not needed for the average investor. And for those of you wondering, TD Ameritrade offers the widest variety of investment opportunities that I have ever seen at any brokerage, and that includes stocks, bonds, mutual funds, index funds, ETFs, options contracts, futures, forex trading, ADRs, IPOs for qualified accounts, and even cryptocurrencies and cryptocurrency futures if you want to be the most millennial of millennial speculative investors. And I'll be completely honest with you, a lot of the securities I just mentioned, I have never once purchased in my entire life, because I have found a lot of success and simplicity with my tried and true index fund investing. However, if you do want to go day trade Bitcoin futures, then be my guest. Now, on that note of the various funds funds that are offered by TD Ameritrade, they currently offer 4,100 mutual funds that have absolutely no trading fee, meaning you are going to pay nothing when you buy or sell that particular fund. But that is just a small piece of what they have to offer on this front. Typically, if you're buying a mutual fund or an index fund, then you're looking at this as a long-term form of investment. So paying a small fee on that transaction might not be a huge deal, especially if it's just a few dollars. So outside of those 4,000 free mutual funds, you also have access to 11,000 funds that have an expense ratio below 0.5% and 10,000 funds with an investment minimum of $100 or less. Now, why do I tell you these numbers? Well, it's because I have a feeling that most of you watching this are probably currently using one of those mobile platforms like Robinhood or SoFi that we've done a lot of research on this channel, and you're looking to take your investing to the next level. But you might not have hundreds of thousands of dollars to dump into the perfectly balanced portfolio, and I hope that you're starting to see that you do not need to be at that point to take full advantages of TD Ameritrade services. Like I said, they have 10,000 funds that have a minimum investment of $100 or less. So if you have $100, then you have 10,000 different options on how to get started with your long-term investing goals. And if you want to build wealth over a long period of time throughout your life, then long-term investing in broad market index funds and mutual funds is statistically the best way to go about that. And for those of you who I just mentioned who are just trying to level up your investing a little bit, the web-based platform is going to rank all of these funds based off of Morningstar's various criteria, which is a very reputable resource that ranks all of the risk and average returns and all sorts of other data for index funds, mutual funds, and a bunch of other securities. So let's say you're looking to buy a particular index fund that maybe you saw on an online article. So sure, you could go drown yourself in the different sector breakdowns of that fund, but the great thing about the web platform from TD Ameritrade is that you don't have to have all that complex data, and if you do want it, you can get it, but if you just want a simple breakdown of the risk, the return, and some basic information about that fund, then you can get that right from the Morningstar integration with the platform. This will tell you the risk, the average return on that fund, and then give you a rating out of 5 stars, and really for most people, this is more than enough information. Now, obviously, if you are Warren Buffett out here looking to dump $4 billion into a new startup, then yeah, you're gonna do a little bit more research into their financials. But if you're just looking to have a broad market index fund, then you absolutely do not need to overcomplicate things, and TD Ameritrade understands that. Okay, so moving on from that, another great pro that I love about TD Ameritrade is their customer support. And it's not quite as good as the holy grail of Discover's customer support that I have praised many times in the past, but in the number of times that I have had to call TD Ameritrade, I haven't had to wait that long, and they have always known where to route my call to get my question answered as quickly as possible. Now, they do advertise that they have 24/7 account support, but in my experience, you're not going to get any higher level questions answered unless it is during their Monday through Friday technical support hours. But that is still plenty of time to get your questions answered, and beyond that, keep in mind that they also have over 300 physical locations, so depending on where you live, you might be able to pop into a physical branch and get some personalized help right from a real person. So I know that when it comes to opening an investing account, you have so many options, especially nowadays with all these online platforms. And look, you need to go with the platform that you see the most value in. But I'll be completely honest with you, I personally hold 70% of my net worth with TD Ameritrade, and I sleep just fine at night knowing that my money is being invested in the best way possible for my financial goals. And if a better opportunity comes along, then TD Ameritrade is often the first to know about it and will tell me about it, and will probably give me a long 4-hour training on that particular opportunity if I ask them. So if you're looking to take your investing to the next level and get some more in-depth information on a desktop platform, then definitely check out TD Ameritrade, because I don't think you're going to be disappointed. And if this deal with Charles Schwab does end up going through, then this mega Schwabitrade company is going to be a force to be reckoned with. But as always, don't be afraid to try a few different platforms, and if you have found a lot of success with a simple platform like SoFi, then there is no shame in sticking with that if that works for you. I've reviewed a ton of these mobile platforms, and obviously you know that I am a big advocate for them. So if you want to try a mobile platform as well, then obviously SoFi is my choice, and there is a link down in the description that'll give you $50 for free if you want to try out a mobile platform and compare it to TD Ameritrade. So let me know what you think of TD Ameritrade down in the comment section below, and what brokerage you are currently using to manage your own investments. If you did enjoy today's video, it would mean so much to me if you would consider hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, and sharing this with someone who you think could get value out of this content as well. As always, thank you so much for your time. I seriously do appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch my video. It really does mean the world to me. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.